My name is Ferol, and I got my new smile the first week in October 2023. And this is my sister, Cheryl.
And I got my new smile the first week in October 2023.
I work for Cheryl on human resources, and her husband started the business 25 years ago this year, and he passed away about 3 years ago. So Cheryl and her son and her daughter are running it and doing a good job.
Which is amazing because he was the heart and soul of our business. He ran it for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
And he started us on this journey. I had worn a denture never for 30 years. And he watched me have so many problems, so many sores in my mouth where I couldn't even put the denture in some days. And he said, "Why don't you go do the all-on-4?" And I said, "Well, that would be fun." So I went and looked up the information, and then I came back and said, "Are you kidding? That's kind of expensive." And he's like, he was sick at the time, and he said, "I hope I get through this. If this is the last thing I get to do for you, I won't." So after he passed, about a year after, we decided to find a new dentist and get our problems fixed. And so we found someone that's all he does. And we went there and he made us new teeth, put in new implants because the first dentist didn't put in big enough, long enough. And they came out pretty good. I still had issues. That time I had no room for my tongue. So while I was talking, I was biting the sides in the back. Every time my teeth would come down, I was biting the side of my tongue. And that was pretty uncomfortable. And then the front teeth on the top were kind of jutted out a little bit. So I wasn't extremely happy with it. And about 6 months ago, I was talking to an old friend, and we were talking about our teeth because she had it done as well at your office. And she was like, I was telling her our story and what we've been through, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you got to go see Dr. Keller. He's an artist, and everybody there is wonderful." So we went there and met everybody, and they told us what they could do for us, and so we decided third time's the charm. And I was amazed at how fast the whole process went this time. When I got my temporary teeth, I met Dr. Keller in the hallway, and he said, "Let me see, give me a big smile." And I said, and he goes, "I'm having a hard time seeing anything wrong with those." And I said, "That's because they're perfect. They fit perfect. I wasn't biting myself anymore." And a couple weeks later, we got the permanents. And they're great. I wished I'd have gone there first. It would have been a lot cheaper.
I only had it done on the bottom. And the implants, he said, were so small they wouldn't even last 5 years. And so he redid them, put the biggest ones he could get in there, which is great. But I still they looked great. They were beautiful because I had my top ones done at the same time that time. And they fit good, they looked good, but I still had a big gap underneath. So the doctor or the dentist got together with the assistant, and they were brainstorming, trying to figure out how to fix it. And they came up with some material that was blue. And because they said, what did we have? We had zirconia, and nothing will stick to it. You can't add to it. And they managed to get it to stick underneath, but it still didn't fix the problem. So we came to Dr. Keller, and like she said, I mean, it's just amazing. I had a couple small changes on my temporaries before I got the permanent, but the whole process is so fast, and everybody is so friendly, and I just love everybody there.
Everything is high tech and computer generated, and I don't know, it's just way above and beyond anything else we had seen.
It's so important to pick the right dentist for this, because all we've gone through, people don't want to go through that because it gets really expensive. So we've spent a lot of money. It's so important because you're spending a lot of money, and you expect it to last a very, very long time. The first time it was,
$25,000 per arch.
Yeah.
But the first time we each only did one.
well, that's why it was only
The
25.
second time, we both did uppers and lowers. So it cost us $100,000.
And we still weren't happy. You know, it's just so important that you have confidence in them. We just were too trusting. I mean, we didn't ask the right questions.
Well, the thing that I was thinking about the other day is when we were in there and you would get our permanent teeth, and both the other dentists did this. They made a big deal out of the whole thing, and everybody in staff came in there and they had all the bright lights and cameras and all this stuff, and the pictures they took were awesome. They were really good pictures, but
They're good photographers.
yeah, but when I stopped and looked at my mouth, I was like, especially the first one, it was bad. When I came to you guys, I said, okay, this time I want to show you pictures of me and what I look like, and I want my smile to look like my smile again. And it does.
Mine is great because I had found this picture on the internet and I just fell in love with this person's smile. And I took pictures of it. I had it on my phone several times. And when we came in to see Dr. Keller, well, I had shown the last dentist that too. Didn't work out. But I showed it to Dr. Keller and he started laughing. And I said, what's funny? And he goes, I call that one Lovely Lady. He said, I designed that one. I was like, oh my God. When I got my temporaries, the gals made some adjustments on them and stuff. And pretty soon Dr. Keller came in and I was getting ready to leave, and he came in and he was looking at it and he was like, this, we need to do this and that and this and that. And finally he made a video for the gal that was designing the teeth, telling her what he wanted to change. I thought that was so cool because he saw things that I didn't see. He was so sweet, and I couldn't believe it when she came to me because I had dentures top and a partial denture on the bottom. The top one was fine, it fit fine, but the bottom one, you can't keep those in for anything. It's amazing. I can eat anything. I get a few little crumbs, but you know, everybody gets that. So I'm really pleased with the way they fit. I can eat, you know, steak. It's awesome. This would be the best investment because dentures are a pain, and these will last if they're done right by Dr. Keller. Then they'll last forever. And it really is so important. I can't stress that enough, that you go to the right person.
And dentures aren't cheap anymore either.
I paid $3,000 for my upper plate. That was when I had my surgery the first time. They were beautiful. They never fit right. From day one, they never fit right. They were loose, so I was without teeth. And then bottom doesn't show as much, but then COVID hit. I was without teeth, top and bottom, for 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah, we were in there and they were getting ready to shut down, and they said, okay, we'll see you when we see you. And I went, I don't have teeth. He goes, oh, well.
Yeah. He said, we can only see people on an emergency basis. And I'm like, I don't have any teeth.
That's kind of an emergency. You can't eat.
I just had surgery, you know. I mean, I had to eat soup and really soft stuff because I couldn't chew anything.
You have to do your research, and you have to know that the person is an expert, well-trained.
But his staff is well trained.
Yeah.
And your staff is so amazing. They know what they're doing. And I was just amazed because we hadn't had that before.
Obviously, if you can afford it, it's the best way to go.
We did financing. It's worth every penny if you find the right person, and Dr. Keller is the right person. My smile is amazing. My kids love it. And I smile all the time. Every morning when I'm brushing my teeth, I get done and I just look at my smile because I love it.
I do too. It's been a month and I still look in the mirror.
Yeah. All on four is the best way to go. Dentures suck. You get sores under them. Even if they fit right, you get sores under them. And bottom dentures are worthless. You can't keep them in your mouth without a bunch of goop. And I don't like that. So,
Well, and if you're trying to pick a dentist and you've already decided that this is what you want, we're not paid to come talk about this. We've been through it 3 times with 3 different dentists. Wish we could have had it first time around. And this was the best, most comfortable atmosphere, the best outcome that we could have hoped for.